Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey guys, last year's draft, the second, third, and fourth round players were considered to be stronger in talent than past drafts. What is the consensus about this year's talent? Where's the sweet spot? Also, which positions appear to be the strengths and weaknesses of this draft, and how does that help or hurt the Browns this year? So important Andrew Berry gets this right. The window is open, but for how long? We shall see. Thanks for filling us in. Bye now.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Let's welcome in Tim Bielek, plain dealer, cleveland.com. So, Tim, I will defer to you. Sweet spots for this draft and strengths and weaknesses position-wise.
I feel like between the 20s and 40s is going to be kind of a fairly interesting spot for this draft. I mean, when you talk about the top guys in this draft, there's pretty much a defined top 8 to 10 guys, I think, in this draft. And then, a solid second tier. And then from 20 to about 50 or so, I'd say there's not a lot of drop off there, so you can get decent values. So I think at least right now, as I'm looking at this draft, I'm thinking, there could easily be players that slide out of the 20s that fall the Browns at 40, at 42, and then guys who, people thought could have been options at 42 that go into the first round. It's going to be just an interesting year to kind of see where all those pieces tend to go. And as far as, strongest positions, this is a great edge rusher class. I think the Combine kind of showed off just how athletic this group is. Will Anderson from Alabama figures to be the first non-quarterback off the board. And second strongest position, I think, is corner. I really love this corner class. A lot of guys who I think can go tail end of the first round, early in the second. Just a lot of athletic corners. There's some good tall corners in this class. What I think is a weakness in this class is if you're looking for linebacker help, this is not the draft for you. Maybe only one linebacker goes in the first round. Just not a lot of depth really after, the top two guys, Trenton Simpson of Clemson and Drew Sanders of Arkansas. And then the interior offensive line, I kind of figures the weakest. We may get one first rounder at best and just not a lot of depth there. And of course, as we know, for example, with the center position, that's always a specific need. You're not just drafting a center to draft a center. You're drafting a center because you need a center.
Yep. And there's not the elite wide receivers that there have been as well.